At CraigCare, we very much value each person. It is very much about the individual. It's about the whole person. We do that very well by seeing each person as themselves, the individual, and gaining knowledge about their life because they've lived a full life in a community, in their own homes, many, many different walks of life, cultures, spiritual beliefs, what's been important to them, and what do they want to gain, what do they want to continue to do so they have a real quality of life. And that's really our highlight, is that we fulfil their lives. We look at every part of a person. We want it to be their home. So yes, we need to look at the physical side, but there's so much more to a person than physical. What are their wishes? What do they love in life? Who's special to them? What are their values? It's important that we capture that in the first instance as much as possible so we can settle them into their new home. At CraigCare, our values are respect, kindness, individuality, joy, relationship and communities. Respect is treating people as we'd like to be treated ourselves, and that is knowing the person, understanding what they like. They may have different ideas, different cultures, backgrounds, but it's respecting that. It's very important that we understand that person and their wishes. Kindness, it's delivering the care with the decency and compassion. Very important for every one of us. We all respond very well to kindness. So it's how do we deliver the care with the kind approach, a welcome, and making people feel comfortable. Kindness is very important to make people comfortable, to make people feel welcome. And without that, we just wouldn't see a true person. It becomes part of that comfort and building that union or relationship that we must have with every person. And joy, bringing fun, happiness, lightheartedness to their day. Individuality is most important. It's like having 10 people in a room. We're not the same. So every person who comes to live with us is individual, and they deserve the respect to what their wishes are, who they are, their cultural, spiritual backgrounds, and understanding and getting to know them and their families. We can't work with anyone without building a relationship, and that brings the respect to each other. And in that relationship, we share the communication is so important. We communicate not only with the person coming to live in our home, but with their family or any significant person they wish to have be part of their life while they're living in their home. I always consider there is another 2 or 3 or perhaps more because they're the family. It may be a spouse, a son, daughter, or a relative, or a very dear friend. And it's really important that they're made to feel comfortable, respected, and we want to build a relationship with them. It's really important that they can see that their loved one's going to have a fulfilled and rich life living in the home. So that relationship is so important that they feel comfortable to speak with us about any concerns or any wonderful events or joy they may have. People are coming to live with us and it's their home, and we can work with them, move with them, and see the joy we can bring to them. The photos are very rich and really show what we offer and what we do within our homes. As I looked through here, we've got the most amazing collection of moments. Moments shared by all of our residents who live at CraigCare. And there's no limit. The limit is as far as our imagination. And the photos just speak volumes and speak true to everybody's wishes, choices, longings. So I think what we're capturing here at CraigCare with our values and person-centred care, it's met and shown throughout this album. As we're working with each person, besides their well-being, their physical or their clinical needs are very respected in the sense that we work with the person and the family. It's very important that we understand each person's cultural, spiritual, sexual orientation. That's the base to their lives. And we don't all have the same thoughts or beliefs, but it's how do we, as CraigCare team, meet that individual's wishes. The broad aspect of care we deliver is also paying attention to ensuring no one is isolated. Nobody is feeling that depth of being alone. I mean, we respect people having their own space and time, but we also need to understand every person so we can fulfill their wishes. If we have a lovely balance for every person and we understand every person, then we can deliver the best possible care so they're happy and enriched with their life. And I think we can't forget the background of many of the people that come to live with us. They have vast and varied backgrounds of career paths, family life, and it's really enriching to hear what was their life, what was their journey. I have a lovely story of a gentleman who is living with some memory loss, but he was a pilot and he actually was very keen to have an occasion. So he put together what was a model of a cockpit. It was very fulfilling to everyone because what his memory of his actual career part and the richness of it just flowed out, and it was beautiful. What that tells us, everybody has a story, everyone has an experience, and we've all got different illnesses, whether it be emotional, whether it be a dementia, or whether it be a physical disability. We still are that person underneath. We still come with all of the memories, all of the experiences, the career path. Regardless of 50, 60, 70, 80 or 90, that person still feels young. They still feel 20, 30, 40 because of the life they've lived, and that doesn't leave. Something we're really focusing within CraigCare is our residents living with dementia. How do we help that person live a fulfilling life, an engaged life and an enriched life? They may not remember the moment, but there's many moments that they can. And it's how do we reach that? And we reach that through understanding who the person is. And that's where it's really important to speak with the families, to speak with loved ones or friends that have known that person for a long time. We can really capture who they are. What did they do? We have to look right within the person and build that relationship, fostering that relationship with the family and person. Continuity of care is so important with people living with dementia. Familiar surrounds, familiar people, and we dive down into the knowledge of who they were, what were their strengths, what was their journey, what was their loves, their work, their culture. I saw a gentleman just recently and his great-granddaughter came in and he just lit up. And yes, his memory loss was quite significant, but that little child just brings the most enormous joy. So we look for those moments. So when we specialise in a program that meets these people's needs, we enrich their daily life. Whether we have 1 or 100 people, we can individualise everybody's care. There's not a day goes by I don't walk away feeling joy in my heart that we have supported and made a difference in somebody's life.